Yeah, we'd like to welcome y'all to the first official episode of Fuck All Lat.
Fuck All Lat.
An unconventional perspective on music, politics, and urban culture as a whole.
Yeah, man, we out here. This first episode, so bear with us. We trying to do our thing.
Yeah, and it's unofficially sponsored today by what is this? Corona, and what else we got? We got some Ciroc.
Don't forget, we got the Calypso on deck too. Don't forget about the Calypso.
Yeah, my man drinks that fruity shit. I don't fuck with Calypso. What is that, man?
It's fruit drink, bro.
I'm gonna let you have it.
You gotta try it.
I'm not comfortable with that arrangement right there. I don't even like how the bottle looks.
Hey, man, pause.
Don't forget the Young Thug tickets that we just got from the scalper outside in the hallway.
It was a dude just walking down the hallway. We walking up here in the building. He like, yo, y'all going to the Young Thug concert? We like, nah, B. And he like, yeah, well, I just bought a ticket. I was gonna give y'all a ticket or whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, shit, hell yeah, let me take that.
He in his mind, he didn't have a podcast to air. You know what I mean?
True
to
that.
Record, so.
True that. I'm trying to make that quick 50 real quick.
I
feel me?
Understand all that.
Yeah.
But that's one way you make America great again. You give two young black guys walking through the hallway Young Thug tickets for free.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
make
what
America
I like
great
to see.
again.
That's what made this country great, goddammit.
Oh, no doubt.
But yeah, man. So speaking of making America great, man, my boy Trump though, what's going on?
The name says it all. Trump.
Trump
he ended up trumping Hillary.
Yeah, he did. In signature fashion too. That was crazy, man.
I'm impressed.
I am too. No, you know what? I'm not really that impressed. I should have saw this coming. Like I should have. Like you, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Speaking of should have saw
this coming. Let the people know.
Right. I definitely lost a $100 bet to this guy GKnow, man. I definitely didn't see this coming. He bet me. This was about a year ago. He said, "Yeah, tell him what you said, man."
I said Trump was going to win. We was in a room full of about maybe 6 or 7 people.
6, 7 people, something like that.
I said Trump was going to win. Everybody paused, looked at me like I was just the biggest idiot in the fucking planet. And I called it, and I just knew he was going to win. And one of the reasons why I knew he was going to win because I know people are stupid.
Okay.
And I saw what he was doing.
Right. You
know me. I'm a firm believer that there's 2 types of people, man. You either a hustler or you're a customer. And the majority of people are customers, and I saw how he was finagling, his core audience or his core
base.
Voter base. You know what I mean? And I saw what was going on. Like, and mind you,
right?
I always used to listen to Trump lectures on YouTube way before he announced his presidency and everything like that. Yeah, I listened to his lectures and things of that nature, and he never struck me as a racist. This guy plays golf with Russell Simmons and shit. He's on episodes of fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he's on fucking Bobby Brown's video, and like, come on. But he's an intelligent person,
right?
But we live in a microwave generation where you can't go with conventional methods to get something done. You know what I mean? And I saw his unconventional method.
Right.
Did I say you can't go with unconventional? Because I meant to say you can't go with conventional methods to get things done in this microwave generation.
Right.
And I saw his approach, and I was like, this is fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. He's pretty much catapulting off the ignorance of
the American people.
Of American people, yeah.
I don't know. That's why I thought. Like, I really thought it was the setup for the setup. Like, I thought it was. The reason I bet this guy $100 is because I could have swore like Trump was not gonna lose, not off the strength that like, oh, just because he's wild and nobody's gonna vote for him or anything like that. But it was just like I thought they were gonna put a candidate so wild and so like unpresidential out there for it to be like the setup for Hillary to win. Because if she was running against anybody else, we know for a fact she wouldn't have won. You know what I'm saying? But it was like Trump. It was like still gave Hillary that kind of like that little bit of like hope. Like, oh, we can't elect Donald Trump. He's a madman.
I mean, Trump is the personification of American capitalism. Man.
Right.
You don't become a billionaire tycoon, even though he got the money donated from his, family, whatever, $1 million fronted to him. Mm-hmm. An idiot would have lost that $1 million. You don't become a billionaire business tycoon in America by being an idiot.
Right.
And he wouldn't involve himself in anything like this to this capacity if he didn't see a hole where he could take advantage of it. And I saw the same hole that he saw. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he ran with it and he took it. Rural America, pardon me, because I have a hard time saying that word. Rural.
You from Chicago.
RURAL, rural America.
Right.
It is vast.
It is, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's vast, and I think, quiet as kept. I think he did the same thing with rural America that Obama did with black people.
I mean, in a sense, that's true. In a sense, it's basically.
Let me explain myself, though.
Okay, go ahead.
What I mean by that is like Obama wanted to use, Black America as his urban voting or his voting base, voter base.
Right.
Trump said, okay, I'm gonna use rural America as my voter base, but I'm gonna do the same thing he did. I'm gonna make them a whole bunch of promises that I know they'll cling to, and they gonna hook on to this dream and this cloud castle that I'm building in their brain, and they're gonna gravitate towards me, and that's gonna give me the fuel for my campaign.
Right, true that.
And that's exactly what he did, and I'm not mad at that. It was very impressive how he pimped the fucking system.
Right, true. He did. I mean, he did finesse it. He did finagle, but
I mean, this motherfucker. Think about it. This motherfucker went to debates with no notes. He didn't know shit about
no
shit.
No pen, no pad, no nothing.
No nothing. Kind of like how I'm coming to this podcast. I ain't got shit, man.
Everything off the top of the dome,
that's
big
it.
fella.
That's all you
like
need.
It.
That's all you need.
Nah, but yeah, true shit. He was what was it? Basically, in a sense, Donald Trump is the mirror image of Barack Obama, at least campaign wise. Because what is it? Barack Obama's promising hope and change to vast people across across America at least, and you know, definitely is going to resonate more with the Black community and the minority community, as opposed to the white kind of like conservative community, blah blah blah. But and then Donald Trump comes along, and he's the exact same thing except to the white conservative base. That's like, I'm gonna promise change from this, this progressive,
he played on their emotions.
Right, definitely.
We're gonna build a wall and kick these motherfucking Mexicans out.
Right.
That's like, all they needed to hear. You know what? That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they need.
You go to I remember they had like you watch on the Daily Show or whatever, they go out to like Nowheresville, Kentucky and shit and talk to like the country ladies out there. They're like, what do you like about Donald Trump? And they're like, he just says what he means and he don't have no kind of filter, and I like that.
Exactly.
I'm like, dang, boy, that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's what America was missing. A friend of mine had left a post on social media a couple of days ago, and she hit it on the nail. Shout out to my homegirl Gabrielle, because she said, the left are kind of more conservative than conservative. She didn't say it in those words, but basically it's like, if you don't believe in sharing a bathroom with somebody with different genitalia, automatically by the left, you're homophobic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you don't agree with this, like they saying like it should be a free world, but if you don't agree with particulars about this so-called hypothetical free world, then you're against it. You know what I mean? And it boxes people in. It makes them feel kind of more claustrophobic than maybe a conservative government or ideologies will make them feel.
Right. You know what? I agree with that, but to a certain extent, because I remember I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me, basically they pointed out and said that all life is just a pendulum back and forth, right?
Right.
So basically, back in the day, we talking about 50s, 60s, America was really conservative. You know what I'm saying? Really conservative.
Right. Pretty
much white ruled. I mean, of course it was. And then as we turn into the new century, the pendulum is swinging. More liberal views. You got more black people in the Congress, or maybe not Congress, but in politics at least. Yeah. You got more black people on TV. More black people becoming, or not just even black people, people of color. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Becoming more prominent figures in society and stuff like that.
Right.
And subconsciously, it seems like white America, especially conservative white America, don't take too kindly to that, so to speak.
Right.
And it's like it triggers something within them that's like, it feels like they're losing something. So that's when you hear these Tea Party members and these folks talking about I want my country back, because they really feel like the country's been taken from them just because that white hierarchy or it's unquestioned now, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta understand, for white people, like, not only is Barack Obama in office, you got motherfuckers walking around here in dashiki shirts, just dreads, and this motherfucking rap music everywhere. You got Snoop on a fucking TV show on Martha Stewart. The world is ending to these motherfuckers. They need some familiarity going on.
Right. Yeah.
They need to bring it back a little bit. They're not comfortable with this change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like, just looking at TV, like, you look on TV, like, you look whatever shows you watching, like, what you got? You got the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, that was on. Yeah. Now he just got replaced. I mean, and not to say in a bad way, like he got fired or anything. I think he's actually the one who like kind of appointed, for lack of a better term, Trevor Noah, which is the mixed South African kid. You know what I'm saying? Appointed him to that show. You had the show that came on after his, Larry Wilmore. Now you know a lot of white folks don't like Larry Wilmore.
They don't. He's a funny motherfucker.
He is, man. And that's the thing. Like, at first when I was watching the show, like, I was just like, it's all right. But I like Larry. Like as the show progressed, it started to make me like Larry more, and especially definitely when he did the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was so raw that it was just like so funny, and he made them so uncomfortable. Like it was beautiful. Like I don't know.
Yeah, not to take it too far off subject. It was somebody like him. You know, it's hard being a black comic talking about politics.
Yeah.
You know, let's be for real. Well, I'm making a generalization, but niggas don't give a fuck about politics.
True story.
You know what I'm saying? So be a comedian, we don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear about something, you know, the traditional template for black comedy.
Right, we want to hear about church and, you know, when your grandma cooked the beans and then the beans too hot.
Lord, that comic view shit. That dumb shit,
right.
You know, that's what we want to hear. So,
yeah, true.
Somebody like him is difficult, you know what I mean? But I fuck with him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, true. I like Larry. But yeah, I think that's what definitely that's what Trump was catering to. He knew that he was smart enough to know that, hey, these people feel, I guess, they feeling disenfranchised as opposed to colored people and all this other stuff.
But you know what?
What's up?
They still gonna ride with him no matter what
course.
Promises he doesn't fulfill. They gonna ride with him. Same way we did with Obama.
Yeah.
He ain't got to, just because he had the thought of building the fucking wall, like he can string them along for the next 4 or 8 years with that shit.
Speaking on the wall, what you think? You think he really gonna build that shit?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so either.
He gonna switch it. He say, I meant to say mall. I'm gonna build a Mexican mall.
Yo, somebody, I was talking to somebody.
Yeah,
I was talking to somebody though, and it was like, well, Donald Trump said that he's not gonna build a wall, now he's gonna build a fence. I was like, what? Get the fuck out of here, bro. It was somebody at one of these Trump protests down here that happened, but
right.
I was just like, man, I don't think he's gonna do shit, to be honest with you.
So they can walk up to the fence and see America. They just can't come over to the side.
Right,
and
then Donald Trump, he's not gonna gain anything monetarily from that shit. So I doubt he's gonna ever invest anything into that.
He definitely knows how to take advantage of the stupid people, though. I give him that. Like I said before, it was definitely impressive, man. I know it's taboo for a black person to say, and mind you, I'm like, I don't know too many motherfuckers more militant than me. Like, I was reading Message to the Black Man in fucking 7th grade. So for me to say this, I fuck with Trump to an extent.
Okay, good job. You put that out there.
That's disclaimer good. To an extent. Don't get it twisted. I know we like trigger words like, oh fuck Gino, he riding with Trump like it's on some gangbang shit. Like I'm the other side. Nah, but I thought it was impressive. I thought more so than looking at it like, yo, how the fuck did Trump do this because he has his own money and things of that nature? Yo, how the fuck he get to the campaign and make it this far? I think we need to look at it like, yo, you can make it that far in a campaign by running it like this.
Right, definitely.
Don't hate, participate. You know what I mean?
And that's why I say, man, I don't know, man. It was crazy. Like when I remember on Facebook one time, I had, you know, definitely like satirically had put like, hey, you know what? The liberal media is out of control. I'm voting for Trump. It's time to make this country great again. Goddamn it. So
crickets.
You're right. And like I gotta like, you know, it was a lot of people like, what? Blah blah blah.
Your mom would disown you. If you say some shit about Trump.
And it was, especially if you black, man. Especially like, it's like the people on Facebook was like, are you serious, blah blah blah, and then later on in the comments I had put like, nah, I'm just kidding, y'all know I ain't vote for Trump, blah, you know, all this other stuff,
right? And
they were like, oh, that's good, because I was about to delete you and all this other stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, you will delete somebody just because they don't share your political views?
Exactly.
Like,
somebody you know personally,
right? Like,
will have like somebody who you don't know. My opinion on that person will have such an effect on you, where you'll delete me out your life.
That's crazy, man. And I think that speaks to a bigger, I guess, a bigger kind of like psychological issue, because especially in American culture, I noticed people don't know how to separate the person from the product. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So people, and you hear people like, have you ever like seen these people like at Beyonce concerts or, you know, Kendrick Lamar? I don't know. I just say him for, you know, and they crying, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that, not even just the music, but if they met somebody, they would cry and maybe faint. I was like, man, I don't know if I ever meet anybody. Like, I can meet the president, I can meet Martin Luther King, he came back to life, I can meet Malcolm X, I can meet my favorite rapper, all this other stuff, but I ain't gonna cry, I'm not finna faint, I'm gonna just go up to him because he another person just like me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, the human mind is built off association, so sometimes, you know, we look at superstars and entertainers as almost like deities because like we can't reach them, but they offer something to like the whole populace that we all, you know, can share, and we're affected and influenced by these things. So you meet them in person and you get it, like, I don't want to call them weak-minded, but for lack of a better term, you get weak-minded people might be in the front row of these shows and they're fucking fainting because it's Beyonce, like not knowing this is some young lady who just grew up in Houston and was practicing her dance moves and went into a studio and recorded music, and now she's getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
And it's just weird to me because it's like people say that, oh my God, I love Beyonce, and it's like you don't even know Beyonce personally though. So how can you love someone you don't personally know? And it's like this in my mind, I associate. I
love
like
Beyonce
this.
too, by the way. Go ahead.
I mean, she alright to me.
No,
I don't love her. I think she's a good entertainer, but that's all. You know, I don't know her personally. But I think it's like, you know how like people can say something as minute as, oh, I love ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, yo, do you love ice cream or do you just love the feeling that ice cream gives you when you taste it?
It goes back to KRS song,
right.
Love's Gonna Get You. Love, you probably don't know that.
Oh, hey, I might.
He's born like in 2001.
That's not true at all. It's 91. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
anyway,
okay,
So I think it's, again, you don't love ice cream. You just love the feeling ice cream gives you. Just like you don't love Beyonce. You just love the feeling Beyonce gives you.
I love Donald Trump.
Yet. Oh, you love?
Nah. You know what? Only thing I don't fucking like about Donald Trump.
What's that?
Them two black women who was supporting him. What's the name of them? Sugar and Spice or Salt and Pepper? What the fuck was their name?
They was famous?
They weren't famous, but they became famous because they were supporting him during the campaign. They was on some step and fetch bullshit.
Yeah, they definitely were cooning. That did.
Sunshine and Diamonds or some dumb shit. Like
that
they
was
look like
roosters.
Though. They from your hometown though, right?
Shout
out, shout out North Carolina and Diamond and whatever.
First of all, they were from North Carolina, which I regret to say, but they weren't from my hometown. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I just want to put that out there. 336, we in here.
No doubt.
Trey Fo stand up. Anyway,
no doubt.
Yeah, man. But that joke was just like, why, bruh? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but you know, in Donald Trump's mind, he probably don't know no better. You gotta understand, for majority of white people that can go their whole life without bumping into blacks at all. No black person in America can go their whole life without understanding white culture, but white people can go their whole life without having to understand black culture besides what they may see on TV and things of that nature. So with him, he probably thought they were influential or could be influential figures in our culture for whatever reason. Right. You know what I mean?
And they were just willing to sell out. Like, hey, we just want that check, big fella. You know what I'm saying?
Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump, baby.
Oh, my God. I used to cringe looking at those fucking videos.
Yeah,
oh
man.
My God.
Yo, but that's a good point. I mean, like, when you think about it, like you said, white people can go throughout life. It's a choice for them to have to be involved or exposed to black culture in a sense, right?
Right.
But for us, for black people, it's not really a choice. You know what I'm saying?
It's mandatory.
Right, it's mandatory. And you can notice that from just like, if you go out, I don't know if you ever been to I've been to like country bars before. And of course they're going to play country music. I'm talking about you go in there, it's Confederate flags. It's all of this other stuff. It's people with boots on, with cowboy hats on and all this other stuff. But at a certain part of the night, they'll play stuff that relates to the hip hop community. They might play the cha-cha slide, or they might play, you know what I'm saying,
they
the
always
wobble
like
or
the
something
shit we don't
that.
like no more either. They play fucking Coolio Gangsta Paradise and shit. And this is like a phenomenal song to them.
Right. They'll play something from black culture. But if you go into any hip hop club, you ain't gonna never hear no country song ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that it's just wild how like hip hop music really is that influential, and it's like, I think it's definitely,
you know, it's exotic to them. Growing up black, they like for instance, I've heard many white men refer to black women as exotic. You know, to us, we just regular Americans.
They just niggas.
Like, we just regular Americans. To them, it's like, it's exotic. This is African woman. Like, she's fucking 16th generation American, but to them, she's still an exotic African woman.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, would you? I mean, in a sense, ain't we exotic though?
Yeah, right? I like to be unique. I'll add that to my repertoire.
Right? Why not?
Why not? You
Why
know
not?
What I mean? But my own perception growing up, I didn't see me or my uncle or aunt and cousins as exotic people. We just fucking.
We were just niggas, guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For the most part.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, you ain't need to tell the people where you from, big dog. I mean, tell the people where you from.
I'm from a little bit of everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicago. I'm in VA right now.
All right.
Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Shout out to KC. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Word?
Yeah, you ain't know about that.
I heard Little Rock crazy though. Like I heard they be like going ham down there. Like I know everybody knows about Chicago and stuff like that.
Yeah, they nicknamed it Little Russia.
Dang, that's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? Yeah.
How was it when you was down there? Like.
It was rough.
It was
rough. It was rough. I'm not gonna indict nobody or nothing, but it was. I worked the job at UPS, man. I think on week 2 I was riding home with this guy, man.
Right.
And it's this part of Little Rock, Arkansas called College Station. This motherfucker, look, when the sun go down, ain't no fucking street lights or nothing, man. It's just all mayhem, dog. It's Lord like free for all. But make a long story short, man, we usually just ride home with him in the car. He take me back to where I'm going or whatever. But he made a piss stop one day, and he had to handle some real fucking business, and that shit traumatized me for a couple weeks after that. And I ain't go back to work or nothing. But I don't know how that situation panned out. But somebody probably ain't on this planet no more after that stop, man. It's rough down there. Man. It's rough down there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know, man. I wouldn't say I'm a hood dude. Like I don't even think I sound like a hood dude. But
no, you don't strike me as that type.
You
look like somebody I could just walk up and slap the shit out of.
Now you fucking up. Let's take it easy. All right, no doubt. Nah, but what did Earl Sweatshirt say? He was like, I always been too white for the blacks, but too black for the whites. I definitely can relate to that.
Yeah, I can relate to that to an extent.
Definitely, because I be like, I've been in the hood with real hood niggas, and they just doing real hood nigga shit. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I can't. Wait a minute, I got a future. I can't be around here.
Yeah, but you know what? That's another thing that helped me identify what Trump was on is like the mechanics of the underworld when it comes to hood and being gangster and thugs. Like, you gotta understand the top of that food chain is fucking U.S. politics. It don't get more gangster than them motherfuckers.
Right, true that. Definitely.
They not walking around with rags and throwing up their sets and shit, but believe you me, when it comes to that mentality and cutthroatness, it don't get more gangster than U.S. politicians.
Them the real killers.
Don't ever get that twisted.
Exactly, definitely. That's a hypocrisy though, man.
Yeah. Trump was doing straight hustling during his campaign. He was hustling the way a traditional hustler would hustle.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah, and in the sense of him doing that hustling, I was a little bit taken aback that my people couldn't recognize game. They couldn't recognize what was going on. You know what I mean? Sometimes we take things for face value. We're not seeing what we call the underlay for the overplay. You know what I mean? We couldn't see him laying the groundwork of how he needed to maneuver and finagle the situation. I saw it from the gate. That's why I was able to take that $100 from you, because I saw what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And we kind of pride ourselves in being like, the perfectionists of the hustle, quote unquote. The street mechanics and psychology of the hustle or whatever. But I was like, how do we don't see what the fuck he doing? We get so caught up in our emotions sometimes we get triggered by particular shit. And Southern racists are probably the stupidest motherfuckers in the world.
You say Southern racists?
Southern racist people are probably the stupidest people.
Okay.
They're not a threat to me. The least of my worries is like seeing a fucking Klan rally going down the street or burning a cross in my yard. Like, you stupid motherfucker. I'm not worried about that at all. When I think about racism, I think about systematic racism. Like,
right.
Psychological shit like Jesus. The fact I can't find a Band-Aid, my complexion in fucking Kmart. Right. Shit like that is like, an embedded measurement of racism to me. You know what I mean? So as far as people saying, go back to Africa and all this dumb shit, I ain't worried about that. Fuck all that.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Fuck all that.
And then what I thought was crazy about the whole thing was like people was trying to get on Trump when they found out like he didn't pay any federal taxes or whatever. But shit, I'm over here like shit. I'm trying to find out how he didn't do it, motherfucker.
I mean, that was like I see a lot of that. Like it goes back to being two types of people: customers and hustlers. A hustler gonna say like, oh, that's loopholes in the tax system.
Oh yeah, I'm in there.
Wonderful. I mean, think about it. You live next door to somebody who's been selling nickel bags of fucking Bama ass weed his whole life. Like, people always been getting over on the system. So you find another way to get over, of course you're gonna do it. And I left a post on my Facebook a couple of days ago. There's a few tax loopholes. Like, you can start a home-based business right now. Most of your daily expenses will be tax write-offs. You know what I mean? You can put money into a life insurance plan, and you can, it gains more interest than your traditional bank savings accounts and things of that nature, and it's non-taxable. You know what I mean? So of course the wealthy take advantage of tax loopholes. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
That's a good question.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I guess, man. I guess just the average American, and definitely the average Black American, don't have enough education and knowledge about like how finances work and stuff like that. Because I can say myself, I don't really know how much as far as how taxes go, and I usually just go to H&R Block or whatever to do my taxes. But they always say you can do your taxes yourself. It's real easy and save money.
It's all about knowledge. But that's a generalization you made. I'm not mad at you. I get what you mean, but we got to look at the situation like, well, Black Americans look at ethics more so than white Americans, and that's a generalization within itself, but I'm going to say it from my own personal observations of things. We look at the ethics of things like, you know, he said grab her by the pussy. So what the fuck is he doing running for president of the United States? Because you're not supposed to say things like that. You know what I mean? We're the ones who pay attention to the rules of shit. One big misconception, and this is taboo to say, and this is politically incorrect to say, but
that's what
ain't
we
no
specialize
fucking
in.
rules, dog.
No rules.
Ain't
right?
no fucking rules.
True story.
We the only ones following rules.
True story.
I was in the military, dog. I'm gonna tell you firsthand, like the perception of people who not in the military is way different than the people who in the military.
Definitely. You know, I was there with you.
It's a dog and pony show. Half of this shit is a dog and pony show.
Right.
Like, motherfuckers don't give a fuck about ethics or none of that shit. They doing all kind of underhanded things. They doing backhanded deals 24/7, 365.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? That's how we move in America.
Definitely.
But we get caught up in the ethics like, yo, that was politically incorrect to say. Why is he still able to be on TV and talk? Like, he said this or that. Like, we the only ones who buy into that. Disagree with me, please do.
Nah, I'm not gonna. I can't necessarily disagree with you 100%. As far as Donald Trump being, you know, politically incorrect or whatever, of course that was his strength of his whole campaign. That's why people bought into him. That's why people gravitated toward him, because it was like, oh, I like what he says.
In 2008, if Barack Obama would have came out and we found out he was cheating on Michelle,
he would have been crucified.
They would have said, "Fuck Obama."
Right, he would have been crucified. Not only by white America, but probably by a large demographic of black America too.
We waiting for you to fuck
Definitely.
up. We waiting for you to do some shit where we can say, yo, fuck him, he's not perfect.
Right.
Rural America, who wants to take back over America, they don't give a fuck what Donald Trump said, did, or whatever. We just know we want to take this motherfucker back.
Let alone, but I remember Bill Maher had said he was interviewing, I can't remember her name, but the campaign leader for Donald Trump, I can't remember her name, but he had said, look me in the face and tell me if Barack Obama had said, oh yeah, you can go and grab chicks by the pussy, like, you know, whatever, had basically admitted to sexually assaulting women, he would still be president. He would still, you know, they wouldn't have crucified him, especially the Republicans. Like, yeah, hell yeah, they would have crucified him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They would have. You know what I'm saying?
But their intentions would have been different. They was ready to crucify him for anything, you know, in general. But us, we was rooting for him from the gate. So we still would have been. We would have crucified him too.
I think that's what it's saying. That's why the part I disagree with you is there are rules, but all the rules are subjective, which kind of leads to there are no rules. So I get what you're saying there.
Yeah. I mean, people, we cheat.
Right. We pick and choose what
the people at the top of the food chain, they well, that's a generalization again.
Okay. The one percenters.
Yeah, motherfuckers cheat to get to the top, in case you ain't know.
I mean,
that's what they do.
That's life. What do they say? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough. All right?
Exactly.
That's life. Ask Tom Brady about
I can't validate it or justify it, but that's what the fuck be going on. If you want to win, dog, like, if we got somebody who's going to change some shit, I don't, like, you know, much respect to Michelle Obama, but if he, you know, stuck his penis in some other woman during that time, like, man, like, if he's going to inflict some change, like, let's get this change thing going and worry about that later.
Hashtag Bill Clinton.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not advocating that. I'm not justifying that. I'm just saying.
Right, true. Well, damn. Well, speaking of, I guess, infidelity, what you think about, you know, Mary J. Blige situation?
I wanted to talk about that on another episode, but you know,
we can save it.
Was it infidelity in that situation?
Well, you know what? I don't even know if it was infidelity. Let me backtrack.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Mary J. Blige is getting a divorce from her husband of so many years. I'm not sure.
He was also her manager as well.
Yeah, he was a manager. Well, he's attempting to take her to the cleaners right now in a divorce. So, you know. But, you know, like I said before, we'll talk about that at a later episode. Maybe the next one we'll talk about, you know, Mary J. Blige and her husband taking her to court for looking for like something like damn near $500,000, damn near a month in alimony, child support, expenses for his mom, all kind of shit, charity. We'll talk about gender roles, double standards, and things like that next episode. But yeah, speaking of Mary J. Blige, man, you get to check out that promotional video she did with
when an
Hillary.
Officer stops you,
oh my fucking God!
Always show your hands.
I'm gonna be alright if I die without ever having to see no shit like that ever again in my life, yo.
That was, I think. It was.
He deserves. I'm feeling like that motherfucker might deserve that money because she needs handlers.
Man,
if that's the real Mary Unfiltered, like if she's doing moves like that and shit,
Man,
all money ain't good money, Mary.
I get.
Shout out to Mary J. Blige though. Best
shout out to Mary J. Blige.
Album.
She gave us a lot of classics, but goddamn,
My Life album was one of the best R&B albums.
When she did that, I said we are officially done with you, big fella. Thanks for coming. We're gonna holler at you next time.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, definitely. She talking about talking to Hillary Clinton. I hope y'all saw that, man. It just looked really weird. Hillary looked uncomfortable. She was looking like, bro, what are you singing right now? Like, what does this have to do with anything?
She did a short song, and the premise of the song was a mother singing to her son about, and
dealing with police
officers in this climate, and just basically bowing down and forgetting your fucking civil rights, and it just sounded like a fucking slave hand, man. I was very disappointed for that shit. This whole election just been a big fucking circus with all kind of shit. You got Hillary, who had the hot sauce in the bag on the Breakfast Club.
Did you look at that personally as like a slap to black people though? Just like a
Nah, I mean it happens so frequently that I wasn't even shocked. It was I get mad more that we be buying that shit.
Right,
like
that
we fall
so
for
accepting
it.
of like somebody like Charlamagne or something was supposed to go in on her and be like,
he supposed to,
you ain't got no show me the hot sauce right now, goddamn.
You know he gonna play the game. I think Charlamagne gonna play the game. He gonna try to keep those political ties going. But he should have went in like hot sauce in your fucking bag, really?
Really? Come on.
Now. I'm black. I've been black my whole life. I don't know no motherfucker that walk around with hot sauce in their motherfucking bag.
Right, that's crazy.
Made a song. Let's be for real.
Why would I walk around with that when it's probably like hot sauce in the restaurant?
Exactly.
Whatever I'm eating.
Let's be clear.
That's a little weird. But shout out to Charlamagne still, man. I still like Charlamagne, man. I fucks with him, yeah, definitely. But man. As far as the Mary J thing going, when she was doing the little interview or whatever it was with Hillary, I don't know if it came out, but I never even watched the interview. But
yo, you know what's funny though?
What's up?
Go back to all that shit, all that fucking tap dancing Hillary was doing. Mm-hmm. Go back to it now after she lost. Look how stupid it looks. Did you see her mannequin challenge video?
No, I didn't see it.
Look at her fucking mannequin challenge video now. Pure comedy.
I mean,
pure fucking comedy. You was doing all that for nothing.
She was tap dancing, man.
For nothing.
Hey, man.
Hard. She was Savion fucking Glover.
She was playing the game.
Tap dance shoes.
She was playing the game, brother. But just on the other side.
That's she wasn't doing a good job though.
I mean, that's life.
She didn't. I mean, Donald.
But think about it. How good a job she has to do. What's his name? Bill Clinton go on. What was it? What was the show? Arsenio Hall play the sax and black folks fall.
But that's that's pre-social
though.
Media era. That's pre-information technology.
But think about it like this.
Information
black
highway.
People said that Bill Clinton was the real first black president. They always give him that, little kind of like satirical, credit or whatever. Okay. But it's like, y'all say that Bill Clinton is black just because he got head from another lady. Like, we associate, not even as Americans, black and white, we always associate negative and degradatory kind of behavior to being black. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess at that moment, that was one of the closest things that our generation saw to associating with black culture. A president going on Arsenio Hall, because mind you, I was born in the Reagan era, but it was Reagan, then it was the George Bush Sr., then it was Clinton. So Reagan and George Bush Sr., they wouldn't dare expect them to be on fucking Arsenio Hall with a saxophone. So you see Bill Clinton doing this, this our guy.
Right.
We don't know he's gonna introduce the fucking crime bill that's gonna fucking mass incarcerate us and all these 3 strikes and you outlaws and all these unfair injustices, within the system. But
just because he played a saxophone on a black man show, we love him. Blah blah blah. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes. We got him next to JFK and Jesus on the wall at our grandma's house now.
So it's the same thing, man. All you got to do, tap dance a little bit for black folks and you on board.
Yeah, Bill during that pillow talk put that bug in her ear like, these niggas easy to get over.
Right, they'll believe anything. They cool.
Right now, I played the sax. You do the Millie Rock. Right, you do the fucking Millie Rock on Ellen.
Or no, was it? It was the whip. She hit the whip on.
One of them shits. The bus stop with Oprah. You do the bus stop with Oprah. You got him.
Right, definitely. Dang, that was crazy though. I was
do
just
the electric. Do the cha-cha slide. You good?
Nah, do the. Matter of fact, just twerk some. Go ahead, twerk some.
Yeah, I would love to see her PR team prep her for these things. Get her ready for the chitlin circuit. She come and gather all the Negroes to vote for the Democrat.
Yeah. As far as that goes, if you were, let's just say, political views, right?
Right.
What would you say you side more, liberal or conservative? If you had to pick one, you can't say there's no middle ground or blah blah blah.
Nah, man, things are never that black and white. You saying okay? If that's the only meter,
right? If that's the only thing.
Shit, it'd be in the motherfucking middle.
Come on, man. Come on now. That's a cop out.
You asked me a question.
I'm asking you a cop out between the two.
Dog.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you, it'll be in the middle because it'll be hypocritical for me to say Democrat because, like, I believe in businesses and small business.
Capitalism.
I'm somewhat a fan of capitalism. Mm-hmm. Not to the point where it's destroying the ecosystem and things like that. But I respect the hustle.
Definitely,
I respect the hustle.
Right.
So I can't say it's fully leaning towards Democrat. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it's fully leaning towards Republican because both of them some fucking assholes.
I mean, yeah.
But I think Hillary Clinton was like the fucking wicked witch. Like I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Let's not just specifically talk about Hillary Clinton. We're talking about the Democratic Party as a whole, their principles as a whole.
I think these clever white people that have found a way a long time ago before I was born to sandwich niggas' votes into one big conglomerate they call the Democratic Party.
Really?
Because the policies and the principles of which they stand on, Democrat and Republican, were very different prior to where we at now.
Of course,
right. Times.
A lot
so
of
they finagled a way to just get the black vote by default, and they have a lot of reinforcement to keep us in that Democratic mind state.
Right.
So I'm not a fan of Democrats like I'm not a fan of Republicans. You know what I mean? Green Party, if anything, but you didn't put that into the equation, so I can't.
Right. I'm just trying to keep it on a polarized. I'm trying to keep it polarized.
That's why I'm gonna keep it in the middle.
Oh, see, look,
you
can't even take it there with me.
Yeah, mama ain't raised no fool. Don't get it twisted. Man. I'm gonna stay in the middle.
You're supposed to be hypothetical, be able to take it
hypothetically, I'm gonna stay in the middle. I don't fuck with either one of them for real, but like it's in the middle, man.
So, I would say, me personally, if I had to pick one, I don't know, cause I'm gonna tell you why it's hard for me, and why. If you ask this to any black person, it would be hard for them. If we look at the Democratic Party, matter of fact, the two parties together, right? Especially civil rights era, when you have one party that's kind of like, oh, we're big on states' rights. You know what I'm saying? We're big on individual rights,
right?
As far as like the Republican Party, and you got the hammer being brought down by the federal government,
right?
I.e., Brown versus the Board of Education, saying, oh, we got to integrate schools and stuff like that. But you had George Wallace, I believe it was, Alabama governor, I think it was, or either Mississippi, one of them. George Wallace.
Yeah.
He basically made his personal mission to keep schools segregated. He was like, yeah, there won't be no niggers and whites going to school together, blah, 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 over my dead body, blah, blah, blah. So basically the federal government had to come down there, bring the hammer down, this and that.
Yeah.
Not only that, as far as when it comes to even take it back to slavery, right? The Abraham Lincoln, he was actually a Republican, but it was different back then. It was the party switch in a sense, values or whatever like that. But back then, Abraham Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing the slaves, quote unquote. But yeah, definitely the southern states weren't really trying to let them go and all of this other stuff.
Right.
So it took the hammer being brought down, i.e. the Civil War, from the federal government, i.e. the Union, to free the slaves, quote unquote, again.
They wanted to put these niggas in the job market. We make more money. Go
exactly.
Ahead,
so that's why I think it's black people have a lot of, I don't want to say trust, but they see the federal government as a kind of like a protection, like to protect them from these states, especially the southern states that's done infringed their rights so many times, time after time again. You know what I'm saying? So it's, black people don't have a problem with big government, so to speak, as much. The Democratic Party is more so about socialism and all this other stuff, kind of, in a sense. It's more so about social programs.
It leans more towards socialism.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say. So that's why I think black people have more, they lean more Democratic than Republican.
By default, though.
Yeah, by default.
At this point, I don't even think it's about like us really using our reasoning and logic to say like what, the pros and cons of the do's and don'ts of a particular party. It's just more like, yo, my mama did it, my grandma did it, I'ma do it.
Yeah, true stuff. I know.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, I know my mom voted Democratic. I remember when I was young, she was like, yeah, the Republicans, basically, I was a little kid. I was like, why don't you vote for them? She was like, the Republicans just seem racist.
It's like gangbanging.
Right.
It's like, yo,
and in my head, I'm a little kid, but I'm just really inquisitive. I'm like, but how though? Like, how are they racist? How do we know for a fact that they're racist? Like,
no, they racist. Some of them motherfuckers.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Some motherfuckers are racist.
I mean, a lot of them are. I'd say, man, honestly with you, and I know this might suck to say because I got a lot of, I've met a lot of cool ass white people over my day. Yeah. But I feel like a good 78% of the white people that I've met in my life.
Let me ask you a question. Like, when you're speaking of racism and white people and Republicans being racist, right? Like, real talk.
What's up?
I don't think a lot of them are racist on the connotation that we think. Like, they just hate black people. I just think they don't give a fuck either way. Like, it's something they don't have to deal with in their life.
Definitely.
Like for instance, like, you eat meat, right?
Definitely.
You don't really give a fuck about PETA.
Of course I don't.
You don't.
Fuck him.
Like,
not fuck PETA.
Not fuck him actively.
Right.
Passively,
I don't give a shit.
It's kind of like fuck him because you're still eating meat.
Right.
I think that's how it is for a lot of white people. Because like for us being black people, we on the inside looking out. So because we're black.
Right. True.
So we're like the animal in a sense. Like.
Right.
And we're looking at like, damn, you know, all of them, they hate us. Like, you don't hate animals. You just happen to eat meat.
I have no feelings.
You were born into a world where the majority of motherfuckers eat meat.
Right.
And you eat meat too.
So yeah, is that morally just? But I mean, again,
it's not a
subjective.
justification. It's just an observation.
True.
I'm not justifying that shit. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just an observation. You know, psychologically, I don't know where the fuck I would be if I was born white in America. I don't know how I would perceive blacks.
This is what I struggle with sometimes. And I was telling my philosophy professor about this. He's a good guy. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, white America do like, because to me the injustices and the clear advantage that a white person has over a black person in America is so clear to me. It's like it would take a person who's literally insane to not be able to see the obvious advantage that this person might have over this person. But these people will deny that advantage, the obvious benefits that they have, to the death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. And you gotta understand, like, you really, really gotta understand, like, they don't have to live around us. They don't have to see it. They born into the situation. It's not something that's on their mind 24/7. They probably think about this shit, man. I don't know how many times, but I'm guesstimating.
Let's take your example for example.
Okay.
I might not be a member of PETA, right? I might not agree with their cause or give a shit about their cause or whatever. Yeah. But if I know, like, I can obviously see that, you know, animals, let's say animals' rights, or I don't know how the extent of how animal rights go, but I can understand, like, hey, a pig don't want to be killed. Yeah. I mean, I can. But I'm about to fuck your head
up real quick.
Right, go ahead.
How many of your fucking friends have you tried to stop eating meat?
None of them.
Exactly.
Right. So I mean, because I don't necessarily subscribe to the cause.
So you know, the killing animals is like, that's fucked up. You see a pig get slaughtered, be like, yo, that's fucked up. But you don't go out to your friend, you don't campaign, yo, let's stop killing these animals.
Of course. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's a difference between being an activist and being, I would say, a pessimist, right? Is that
pacifist?
Yeah. What would you call that? The opposite of an activist? I don't know. I can't think of anything.
The counter of an activist, I don't know. Pacifist is kind of like the middle ground, but okay. Activist would be like somebody in a hate group.
Well, let's just say a non-activist.
Yeah. Okay. When you're talking about racial activists, I guess the opposite of that would be what I'm saying. A hate group.
It's a difference between, hey, I'm not involved with that, but I can definitely see what you're talking about. I can definitely acknowledge the injustices that you are facing, rather than, but if you wake up on fucking Sunday morning and you go to fucking Harris Teeter, Farm Fresh, or grocery store, kale, and you going to go going to go get some bacon because you want some bacon, so you go, and there was a fucking protest in front of the bacon aisle trying to stop you. You'd be like, get the fuck out of my way! I want some bacon. You're not thinking about the pig. You want some bacon for breakfast. Yeah, but how is Black America, or not even Black America, how are these black activist groups standing in the way of the average non-activist white person? How are they standing in the way? You know what I'm saying? Of their daily life.
No. They're blocking highways. When some shit go down and they get killed by the police, they blocking highways, and the average white person's like, yo, well, get the fuck out of my way. I want to hit these motherfuckers. Like, they don't get it.
I understand. They
don't have to live with that as their reality. But the black person protesting, if they're going to look at that white person like, yo, he's racist. He doesn't understand why I'm protesting.
Right. And I think that's a small-minded way of thinking, too, because it's like, saying it everybody, generalizing people like that.
We all are racist. No, fuck that. We all racist.
Nah, I'm racist. I wouldn't say that.
What?
I wouldn't say that, man.
You don't have no option, dog.
Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Okay.
I'm not negating the fact that, or denying the fact that you might be racist. Let's just put that out there. Okay. But I myself, I don't feel racist. Matter of fact, let me just say this. I'm not racist.
I'm gonna prove you wrong right now.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Now, there's a difference. Matter of fact, define racist. What is a racist?
Well, a racist is I forgot the guy who said it, and I'm biting him.
Okay.
I know the the prefix, not the prefix, the suffix at the end of the word, like a scientist.
Oh, someone who professes.
You're a professional at something. You're an expert in a particular field.
Got you.
We're doing our first fucking podcast right now about race.
Right.
you have to be racist to an extent for you to identify and see that there's an issue going on with race in America. You're a black male from North Carolina.
Right.
Like we're talking about Trump. We're talking about these things. You're a racist.
I wouldn't say that,
No,
man.
I think we have the connotation of racism as being like a hate group. Like you automatically like hate the other race.
Right.
I don't mean like that.
My understanding of what a racist is a person who practices or subscribes to racism, right? And racism is the belief or subscription to.
Look.
Oh, what's up?
If you're a gymnast, it's because you're doing acrobat. You know, you go and you train on the triple beam and things like that. Not triple beam. What is it called? The balance beam.
Balance beam. Yeah.
Things like that. If you're a scientist, you're practicing the practice of science. You know what I'm saying? Those are choices. You choose to be a gymnast. You choose to be a scientist.
Okay.
If you're born as a particular race, you kind of have to be a racist because you already all in, dog.
Okay, let me separate something from you.
Okay.
That's the point I was gonna make.
Okay.
Racism in the contemporary form is a person who believes that one race is superior to another race solely based on their race.
I don't think that's a racist, though.
Okay, hold on.
I think that's being prejudiced. No, prejudice is really prejudging.
Right.
I think that's like more like leaning towards being a hateful person or a hate group. But I'm not
negative. Now I agree that we are all prejudiced. I definitely could agree that, but I don't think we are all racist. You know what I'm saying? Because myself as a black person, I don't feel like no white person is superior to me just because they're white, but I don't feel like I'm superior to them just because I'm black. But I'm gonna tell you like this. If I walked into a room and it was a bunch of white people on one side, a bunch of black people on another side, I'm gonna go to the black side. Yeah. Why? Not because I feel like they're superior. It's tribalism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what people don't know how to separate.
And you making my point. It's like by default, like you kind of like.
But
racist.
That's not. I don't mean that. That's what I'm saying. That don't mean that I think I'm superior. That just means I'm gonna go with who I relate with the most.
Now we talked about trigger words earlier.
Okay.
I hope the word racist isn't a trigger word for you.
Okay.
Excuse me, to the point where you feel like the connotation just means automatically you hate the other race. I don't mean in that connotation. I mean like you prescribe to identifying people as different races, and you think and you analyze and you look at all the dynamics that go along with race.
Okay. General. I think you're saying, yeah. So do I believe in what a race is in general? Do I believe that there's a such thing as race?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Do I believe that? Man, that's a hard question. I was looking into that. I was thinking that
you're not a professional racist,
right? I'm definitely not.
Like I'm not a professional ball player, but I play ball.
Right. I guess that ethnicities and races. I guess it's really hard to. How could I not be?
How could you fucking not be?
I don't know, man.
They leave you no choice. When a police officer is looking for a suspect, the color code is like black male. So you automatically you put into this game, quote unquote. You put into this situation to where you identify yourself as a particular race.
Would you agree with the people who say that, like, and not even just in a like metaphorical sense, but in a literal sense, that there's really no such thing as race?
Nah, I think that's dumb. I think that's stupid.
But they say that there's a such thing.
I think that's an attempt at trying to bring peace, and I'm not mad at their intentions.
Right.
But I think it's stupid. I do.
Okay.
Because we're two different people. We are. That's all right, though.
You think white and black people are fundamentally different? Just fundamentally,
Is a horse and a zebra different?
Yeah, they have a very lot of similarities, but they're different, I think, species, right?
They're in the same family, but they're different animals.
Okay,
A zebra is a fucking zebra and a horse is a fucking horse. We're a melanin-based species. They're a sulfur-based species. We have different textures of hair. We have different skin. That's all right, though. We come from different places. We're both Homo sapiens. Just like a horse and a zebra, both real quick. Animals.
Are they sulfur-based or selenium-based?
I don't even know what the fuck selenium is. Like, I missed that in biology.
I can't remember. I think it might be selenium. I'm not sure though, but whatever.
Last time I checked, it was sulfur.
We only worried about black folks around here. Anyway. Melanin. We know what that is.
I know what that is. That powerful shit.
But yeah, man, I question myself about that a lot. Like, and I question myself, like, do I think that black and white people, because it seems like, I don't know, out of all the races, black and white people are kind of like the most polarized, like the most fundamentally different.
Yeah,
like,
we the left and the right of the spectrum.
Exactly. Like
kind of like in the middle.
Right.
It seems,
like you can look at an Asian person and they can look white in a sense, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the same kind of hair texture. They got the, you know what I'm saying?
It's more closer to that on the scale.
Right, on the scale. But black, like a person from Ethiopia and a person from Scandinavia, like you can't mix that up ever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's several degrees apart.
Right.
Than Asian and Caucasian.
And it's like, of course, I'm not talking about it on a.
But you put Mexican in the middle of Asian and black, and it's kind of like the median between Asian and black would be like Mexican.
Wait, what? Say it again. If
like you compared Asians with Caucasian, you saying Asian is leaning more towards the Caucasian persuasion, right? So I'm saying if black is on the left side and white is on the right side, quote unquote, on the spectrum or the scale,
right?
And you look at Asians who might be in the middle of black and white,
right?
Between black and Asian would be Mexican.
Yeah, or like between that would be Native American.
Yeah, it's just
like
you see the evolution or de-evolution, whatever you want to call it, but you see the measurement.
The mutations of
you see the mutation going on.
Yeah, the hair straightening and all this other stuff. But yeah, definitely. But I'm trying to think.
Matter of fact,
what's up?
Shit, black Americans, we ain't even all the way on the right side of the left side of the scale, because you got pure African.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dark,
in a sense, it's
shadows in the shade, dark. Like,
I can't say for a fact that there's basically nobody on Earth that's purely any race. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
I watch National Geographic. Cause some tribes out there.
I know you talking about. I can't remember what island they on. They out there like in some secluded island.
Yeah,
that nobody.
Some shit out there that made me jealous. Like I don't even feel black no more.
Right.
These people. Like,
but as far as us in the developed, like contemporary world, I can say
in the Matrix. Go ahead though.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I can say that I don't think that there's nobody out here that's,
pure anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that, I'm black.
Okay, well, you got it, big dog.
Nah, some people don't prescribe to that whole black, white thing, ethnicity, African American, whatever. We just all human beings. And I get it. Mm-hmm. We want world peace. We want a utopia. So we going to get rid of race in their minds. It's like, fuck that. I think you should be able to be a civilized enough human being to recognize that there are differences, but it's okay that we got differences.
Right.
I think we all contribute to society to an extent. Like I'd be some people be like, yo, I don't want black people to go back to Africa because without them, we don't have basketball. We don't have these great inventors. We don't have these great people in society that contributed to history. But the same goes for white people. White people contributed some shit too.
Yeah, hell yeah, they did.
I like airplanes.
I know, right? Goddamn, Einstein was that nigga though. I ain't even gonna lie. That boy.
I'm not mad at that. Despite where the rich, we know from curriculum that's not particularly taught in schools. We know mathematics and science and shit came from
Arabs.
Arguably, I was about to say
the
Africa.
Moors.
See, your curriculum is different from mine. I came from a different school, but if that's what you prescribe to, hey.
So let me ask you this: where did mathematics come from then? Gene?
God.
No.
From God.
From God.
From the Most High.
It came from the one above. Nah.
Alpha and the Omega is where it came from. I don't know, but I've read that it came from Africa.
Well,
Egypt, Egypt is like the go-to country in Africa.
I heard it came from Persians, you know what I'm saying, or Middle Eastern, whatever like that, because it's the name Al-Jibra. That's a Arabic name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's certain advances in Egypt, Egyptian civilization that they couldn't do without math. Like the pyramids couldn't be fucking
right. They couldn't. You definitely needed some trigonometry. And some
geometry.
Right. Niggometry.
Exactly.
But yeah,
you go back to Sumerians and all these other people, the first civilization. But all this is being taught in Western curriculum, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And it's crazy, man. Like you have so many classes. You got Western civilizations. Yeah. You got U.S. history. Yeah. You got all of this stuff, but it's like again, in America. What about Eastern civilization? Like, why don't we talk about that? Like, why don't we talk about, we do to a certain extent.
That's not good for business.
True.
That's not good for the propaganda.
True. We can't make you a patriot if you don't believe.
We don't have the draft anymore. We need you to be fully American. We need you to be as patriotic as possible.
I remember, man, I read, I can't remember where I read it at, but it was like, America will never have a draft again because why? All you got to do, we don't need to. All you got to do is put out a movie called American Sniper, and you're going to get all the, hell yeah, let's go kill them all.
Yeah, G.I. Joe in the 80s. Like, come on now. You know how that go.
Yeah, definitely. But shit.
So what do you feel about where Black America needs to go during the Trump era for these next 4 or potentially 8 years? Like, what do we need to do as a culture, man?
You know what? I say this. I saw a post on Facebook. One of my friends, he asked a question on Facebook. He said that it was a business, it was a company that had fired a girl because they said that, you know, she had made her hair in the dreads, and that the dreads were not didn't look professional, right? Or the dreadlocks, yeah, they didn't look professional, and so they had to let her go and stuff like that.
Right.
And they were like, what's your opinion on this? How do you think that is? Like, do you think a company should be able to fire a woman or a person based off of, you know, how they appearance look and what they deem as professional looking or not? And I said, if it's a private company, then hell yeah, I think they should.
I agree with you. They should.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because again, if it's a private company, if I'm owning a private company, I want to have the say so of whoever the fuck I want to work here can work here.
That might not be good for my business,
right? But that should inspire black people to be like,
get their own fucking shit,
entrepreneurship,
and do the same fucking thing.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
If you don't like it, go make your own business.
Don't hate, participate.
Exactly.
That's your bed laying it.
Exactly.
All
but
right.
a lot of people, like I said, the era we live in, people say that, oh, it's racism, and it might be racism, but that's the reality. It's out here.
I don't believe in integration to the full. I ain't gonna say don't believe in it. I believe in it because it happens. So
Right.
I understand it. I don't know.
So you don't subscribe to it.
I don't agree. I believe, but I don't agree with it.
Right.
I think the best thing we should have did was get our own. To
True
be
story.
self-sufficient. What's wrong with that? Every other culture and ethnicity does that. You know, go to the fucking beauty supply right now and try to get a job from the Asians. See if they don't look at you like you crazy.
Right. That's the same thing somebody had said about Martin Luther King. They was like, how do you feel about Martin Luther King? And you know, like a lot of times, like people like to throw, like especially when these people out here protesting and stuff like that, they be like, well, what would Martin Luther King say? He said that violence wasn't the answer. And
Martin Luther King followed Jesus. He was on some turn the other cheek shit.
And I'm definitely to the contrary of that, because I feel
he was brave within
Right.
the capacity of what he understood to be his reality and what he was brought up in Christianity. I'm not mad at him that he was very brave. So he made he covered a lot of ground. I just personally, and it's hard for me, it's difficult for me to give my opinion on this because I wasn't born during his era.
Definitely.
And I didn't see everything that he did. But from what I was taught and what I look at, fuck that. Like if they don't want us to eat at their restaurants, like yo, let's build our own
restaurants. Why sit up here and beg the white man to keep, hey, please accept me into your culture.
Like,
please accept me on your bus. Please, blah, blah, blah.
And I might be spoiled in my generation
Right,
to where
true
I
that.
see something different than what he saw, but man, what the fuck?
Right. And it's like they said the same thing about, they parallel that with the Asian community. You tell the Asian community, hey, you can't ride our buses. They're gonna be like, all right. And they done already built their own buses that'll take you from here in Norfolk to
They're gonna build
New
a fucking
York.
time machine and
Right.
shit on your ass.
They take you for the New York and charge you $30 and make a fortune off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think we should definitely learn from stuff like that. Like stop begging to be accepted by white people or begging to be accepted.
I hate when people be like, yo, why we acting like this? They gonna look at us like we animals even more. Man, nah.
They gonna look at us like we animals either way. That's what I look at.
Yeah, not only that, but why the fuck you care about what the fuck they look at us like? Like we supposed to be having our own shit going on.
Right, definitely. But I hope people don't get it twisted like, oh, we think white people are bad or we think white people blah.
No,
but it's just the reality of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
like,
gonna do what they know. I got white friends. I got white
Right.
friends.
Oh, yeah, I
do
got
what they do. Like, I got white friends. But no,
white
all
friends.
seriousness, like, no, I'm a peaceful person. I like people all around the board, man. I think it's stupid people. I think it's intelligent people. I think it's bad people, and I think it's good people, man. And you know, do I believe in integration in the school system and economics and things like that? I don't.
Let me tell you like this. This is where I do and I don't, but not subscribe to integration. As it relates to social programs, i.e. public schools, stuff like that, I do believe that stuff should be integrated. But when it comes
public
to
schools should be integrated.
Yeah, because
why?
I'm gonna tell you like this: if we're all paying for it, then all of us should have the opportunity to go.
Fuck
you know
that.
what
We
I'm saying?
shouldn't be charged for it.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Hold on.
Nah, man, dog. Think about it. We're not being taught the things that'll make us self-sufficient to better our communities. If we at the bottom of the totem pole right now, our curriculums are not matching the things that we need to learn in order to build up our communities. They're not. You look at the Jewish community; they can take their kids to Hebrew school. They're not in our fucking public school system.
That's a private school, though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but I'm just saying
we gotta protect. We got a unique situation going on for Black America.
Right.
We don't need to be integrated, learn about fucking Christopher Columbus and all this dumb shit. Not to say everything in the curriculum is dumb, but a lot of shit is not teaching us what we need to know, specified for our particular tribulations and circumstances that we going through.
Okay.
They're not.
I did notice. I mean, think about it. I remember. I think Umar Johnson. I think I heard him, Dr. Umar Johnson, say one time. He was like, "People get so caught up in going to college nowadays. Like, oh, college. Like, you need to go to college. College this, and they push college. Yeah. And I've always been learned that a lot of things, whenever something's really pushed, and really whenever it's like a big machine behind something pushing it, it's usually a finesse. It's usually a setup.
Shout out to all my Greeks. Shout out to everybody who went to college. Everybody who got their degrees and shit like that, man. I'm gonna tell you something from personal experience.
What's up?
Right? Me myself personally.
Right.
Personally, don't take offense to this. I'm not a huge fan of black motherfuckers with degrees, dog.
Word up, why not? Like, what's the difference?
Man, it's a whole different breed. And don't get it twisted, because I got friends that got degrees and shit like that.
I got black friends.
Yeah.
I'm not racist.
A lot of times, man, majority of them minds be bleached. I don't give a fuck you went to HBCUs or none of that shit. It's this whole bourgeois shit going on, man. I just don't be feeling. I've bumped into more intelligent people who fucking in the streets, dog. I have.
Well, I think because people get it twisted and they confuse educated with being intelligent.
Yeah.
It's a whole different. I've met some of the most intelligent people in my life and they weren't educated at all. Yeah,
because psychologically it's like, being that we're from an ethnicity that's quote unquote at the bottom of the totem pole, if we accomplish something like going to school and getting a degree, is like we feel like we've made it, and we're in a different social class a lot of times. So we treat it like that, like we're in a different social class, and that kind of causes us to have blinders on to a lot of other things. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you're not contributing to your community as a whole, it don't fucking matter. I don't give a fuck if you a doctor. I don't give a fuck if you a lawyer. Like, if we all fucked up, we all fucked up. If one of us is fucked up, all of us is fucked up.
Would you attribute
because you only contributing to the oppression that, you know, you're only going into that workforce and becoming a doctor in the medical industry that's ultimately leading and contributing to oppression of the people. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I think that's a little bit far for me to say.
All right.
As far as you going back and be able to like provide jobs and economical opportunity for people that you closely relate to, I can definitely.
And of course, we can't help but generalize. So I'm generalizing to an extent.
Got you. I got
you. You know what I mean? I'm generalizing to an extent. Not to say each and every one of us is like that.
Right.
But if I was to give my opinion on the general consensus, and I didn't do any type of survey, but I would think the consensus of them like shelter us out, like even fraternities. Right. I don't know shit about a fraternity. Right. I know I never wanted to be in one. I lived on a campus. Mm-hmm. I saw them. I was, you know what I'm saying? I saw that I had the opportunity. I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't understand it. I don't get that shit.
Yo, what the fuck are you, bro?
We already in a fraternity, motherfucker. It's called being black.
Right.
What are we doing?
Why are we separating ourselves again even more, right?
We're calling it Greek.
I never got that either. I'm gonna tell you a story, man. I mean, it's not necessarily a story. It's just one of my homegirls. She had pledged into one of the sororities or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say her name or nothing like that for her
don't do that,
of course. But she had pledged, and I was asking her, I give her credit. She's like the only person that really kept it real with me about the whole thing or whatever like that. And I was like, yo, if you could go back and not join or not pledge, would you? And she was like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. And I was like, why? She was just like, because it's like, there's really people. She was like, it's really no benefit toward it. She was like, I really haven't gotten anything out of it, but I met a couple people, blah, 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 here and there. And I said to myself, really, like, you know how people give the answer, oh, I want to pledge just to network and, blah, 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 so I can get a step up in life or blah, 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 network. Might get a job off of it one day or stuff like that. As far as being black, like, black people don't own enough for it to even be like, oh, I know this person and they can get me in the door. Like, they can give me a job. Like, if you're going to join, really, if that's your intention, you might want to go join one of these white ones, even though they probably don't want you. But
I mean, I don't know if they want us or not.
Right.
But I'm going to just say, like, if the fraternity thing is like, for a step up the ladder of success, what the fuck, man? We should do that automatically. Like,
oh yeah, true that.
We are who we are.
Like, I'm gonna just hire him because he black.
Exactly. like they do. Like they do. Like I don't see. Like, answer me this. Answer me this. Honestly.
Right.
How many white people grown out of college do you know still repping a fraternity?
I don't know. I don't even know that many grown white people like that. Like,
my point, fucking exactly. because they doing this shit automatically.
Right now, I say I have maybe like, I'd say I got one white friend. Shout out to my boy Mike, man. That's my boy.
They fraternities, the NRA and shit like that.
Oh yeah, the NRA.
That's their shit.
Don't take my guns.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Yeah, but I think they do that shit automatically. It's already innate to them, like to help out their fellow man, because like we're in this together and we're American. Goddamn it, right. And we gonna build up our.
I don't need, man. Most of the time, I don't really even be feeling like an American though. Like I don't even know. Like there's no sense of national pride. For me, I can say that. Like, I really don't have any national pride. Like, a lot of times I be wishing I could have national pride. Like, as much as like, you talk to West Indian people, or and they be like, Saint Vincent or
I think
Jamaica.
We kind of like that with our cities and shit.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
We like that with our cities and things like that. I don't, because
you don't never really see white people like, oh, I'm from Detroit, what's up, blah blah blah. Like, but you see that from black people a lot. But it's like,
that's like our tribe, and then within that city is like that. What you're from Detroit, but what block you from?
Right, true.
What side of the city you from?
What side of the city you from?
It's like all tribal after that.
Right.
But as far as being American, I ain't gonna say I feel bad about not feeling like an American and I like that, because I've been overseas and you've been overseas too, right?
Yeah.
I've been to plenty, countries, and I'd be embarrassed to be an American when I go overseas.
Word up.
We look like fucking pigs, dog. We look stupid. We the consumers of the world.
We definitely are. But I think, man, you know how many, like in other countries, I went to France, bro.
Okay,
I went over to France, and I'm talking about the French people was loving us. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not even in the sense of we just trying to sell you shit, but just like, yo, how was Obama? Blah blah blah. And we go in there. The lady asked my homeboy, was he Lil Wayne? Dude don't even got dreads. Like,
he's a black guy.
He's a black guy. He's Lil Wayne. He gotta be.
Yeah, if you're not him, you know him.
Right, we know him. Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah, Dwayne Carter. That's my boy. Don't worry about it. Exactly. That's why they get. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
He owe me $2 million anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Like, America is really. It does have an allure to it that no other place really has like that.
Yeah, we got good marketing and advertising for
Definitely.
motherfuckers to feel that way. But
Definitely.
I've seen the other side where when I was in Italy, I was in Rome, and we get looked at like, yo, disgusting. You have no manners. You think we just look like pigs to them.
Really?
And that's another generalization, but from my personal observation and experience, like, I just felt like they looked at Americans as stupid.
One thing I will say about that I really don't like about the U.S. is we do monetize, like we do everything is for profit here in a lot of sense. Yeah. Even law enforcement, like I remember I went to Mexico, man, and I saw the Mexican police. They were riding up and down the streets with not the sirens, like the sound, but just the lights flashing, not pulling nobody over, just basically saying, hey, if anybody needs help, we're here. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where you need to come. We're right here.
Right.
Over here, you got police sitting in the cut trying to catch people speeding or catch people, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 so they can give you a ticket to garnish money from your check to fund the city or fund the county and stuff like that. Like, everything is a setup for us to try to get your money and to basically try to rob you. And I just don't like that whole, like, it's for profit everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a capitalist society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But to try to wrap things up, man, let me just ask you once again, like, what do you feel Black America should do during this Trump era, man? What is it that we need to do? Well, let me just say what I think we need to do.
What's up?
We definitely need to upgrade our culture. We need to put an end to these generation gaps. We need to stop all this bickering between one another. We need to stop the jealousy. We need to stop all the minute shit. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop. We party a lot, and I'm being critical of my culture right now, but we party a lot and we just do a lot of dysfunctional shit, which every culture does to an extent. But I feel like for the extreme and severity of our situation, we need to get it together real fucking quick, man, because we're getting left in the dust. And I think a lot of my people don't really realize what the game is. And I think if my people really knew what the game was, we would be winning. If we knew the real game of capitalism and economics in America and how we're supposed to play it, and everybody's supposed to own a business, and you support that business, you circulate the dollar through your own community, and you build up, and everybody can live in abundance, and how easy it fucking is for real, but we put a lot of self-constructed blockage in our way dealing with this dumb shit. Like, for instance, people find pride in being petty and all this dumb shit. Like, I'm petty and I don't like you and I cut a motherfucker off and all this dumb shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, we really in a situation bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? We're in a situation that's bigger than that, and it's game time.
I'd say, I definitely agree with you. And just going back on the entrepreneurship, like, again, I think
we want to stun on each other too. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, we do.
We want to stun on each other. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Don't you know how we broke? We don't know how broke we are.
That's why you see black people with chains and you see them with the most expensive shoes, because we never had money, and so we got to show off. Hey, we got it. We got to show it off. Black people, white folks, they been had money. So you'll see billionaire Bill Gates walking around.
A lot of time doing that dumb shit.
Right. You'll see Bill Gates walking around in the same New Balances he done had since 1984.
It's like we played a basketball game, against the world, and we stopping to show our teammate, like, nigga, look at my jumper. Look how I hang my wrist after I shoot this jumper.
Right.
Instead of worrying about scoring more points on the board, we worrying about
how we look,
stunting on our own teammates and shit. Like, stop, nigga. I dunk harder than you. I jump higher than you, nigga.
It's competition, right?
Yeah. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, man. What is crabs in the barrel, man? Crabs in the barrel.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna leave it on that, because we bigger than crabs in the barrel, man. We are great, powerful people, man. Definitely. We're gonna do great things. I think this Trump era is an opportunity for us to take advantage of this system and to learn the system and understand it to its total, capacity, and become geniuses, man. The geniuses that we are. I want to see everybody, live up to their fullest potential, man. Each one teach one. This Friday, man, this Saturday, or whatever, call all your peoples over to your house, man. Sit down, plot, plan, strategize, create a business, put some little money together in a pot, man.
Definitely, man. Link up with your peoples and get something started. Me and my boy GKnow, man, we just met. We ain't even known each other that long to be doing a whole podcast like that. But it's like I linked up with my guy, and I was like, yo, I don't know. Like, it's the vibes between, certain people who you can get, and you feel like you can build something or make something with somebody. Find out who those people are for you and get to work. Just start getting to work. Throw out ideas, brainstorm, get the gears turning. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't nothing that's like monetary, do something that you just love doing with people who like.